from the TXU Energy Studio.
The Roula and Ryan Show with Eric, featuring Special K and Sam.
Okay, so Eric has proposed a challenge. He was looking at a movie with a certain actor and said, wow, this guy's 3 best movies like a poker hand. Is it a poker hand with only 3?
Well, I mean, it's 4.
Yeah.
Right, but I'm just saying, I just picked 3. I could pick 4 movies if I want, but I was thinking this actor had the greatest 3-year stretch. I mean, he died. He's no longer with us.
When was this stretch? In the 80s, 90s?
Yeah, in the 80s. I mean, when you think about movies, because people don't talk about the 60s and 70s like movies, like they do the 80s and 90s and now, and I just say his name is Patrick Swayze.
Mm-hmm.
And when you count, I mean, think about for women and for men, you got Dirty Dancing and Ghost. Those 2 movies were huge for. I remember my sisters. We got a VCR, and they would play that thing. I'd watch those movies. It's like every day.
Yep.
And then you throw on the cherry on top,
which is
freaking Roadhouse, baby.
Oh, Roadhouse, which I still have never seen ever.
You got something for the men, and women love it too. It's just
didn't he do Red Dawn also?
Yeah, but that doesn't count. That was, I mean, it was good
with Jennifer Grey.
Yeah,
by the way, she was in that.
But I'm saying those 3 are iconic. 30 years from now, the people still talk about those 3 movies.
Okay,
and I would say I'll say a 10-year run, but really it was a 3-year run right there.
Okay,
Patrick Swayze.
You're not counting Point Break.
I mean,
was
that's
that
what I'm saying. I
iconic
could
for
throw that in. I love Point Break. I'd put it in there.
Was, I mean, Patrick Swayze was the man. Like, they made it, People Magazine
he was so
had
cool
him the
in Point
sexiest man
Break.
alive. He's in one of the most iconic scenes of SNL ever with Chris Farley.
Yeah.
Like all those movies. He was the guy to cast in movies. Patrick Swayze, sex symbol.
Go ahead, throw me an actor, guys. Give me. Let's see your.
Well, we
3
already
movies.
gave Tom Hanks as the example.
I think Tom Hanks.
What would you pick
win
for his top 3
No,
movies?
pick his top 3.
I go Apollo 13, Forrest Gump, and Splash.
Not even Private Ryan.
I mean, he was good in that, but I feel like there was a big ensemble there. And was it really more about Matt Damon or was it about Tom Hanks?
Oh, yeah, Big.
Yeah, Big.
Big was good.
Yeah.
And the Tom Hanks. I love Tom Hanks. I love Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump is all Tom Hanks. Splash is all Tom Hanks. Philadelphia is all Tom
What
Hanks.
about Bachelor Party?
Oh, my God.
Yes.
Never seen a donkey do cocaine before?
No.
Inappropriate.
Oh, wow.
Inappropriate.
Or the hot dog bun.
Oh, yeah. Tom Hanks is good. I think he's great, but I just don't.
What about
I'm talking about men and
Schwarzenegger?
women, like if I had to ask men and women, because women love Dirty Dancing and Ghost,
Yeah.
Okay.
and men love Roadhouse.
And what do we learn about
A lot of
Ghost?
men love Saving Private Ryan. I don't think a lot of women like Saving Private Ryan.
No?
I mean,
much.
look, I respect it, but it's not like something I'm going to watch for comfort. That's for dang
like
sure.
Shawshank.
I'm not watching Private Ryan for comfort.
I've never heard a woman talk about Shawshank like
Redemption the way men do.
men do.
Yeah.
Right. It hits with you
I'm
guys.
talking
more
about like
than us.
overall men and women.
Yeah. Okay.
Come on, throw me an actor. Come on.
Sandra Bullock.
Ooh,
I
she's
think
good?
Sandra Bullock is a good one. You got Miss Congeniality with the comedy.
Yeah, Speed.
You've got Blindside with the drama and Speed
Right.
with the thriller.
And the action, yeah.
Speed. I'll give you Speed.
Yeah. Not Miss Congeniality.
Hell no man's.
That's
liking that.
iconic for a lot of
No.
people. Miss Congeniality.
I would
That is iconic
not.
for a lot of people.
I couldn't sit through that.
Oh, no,
Are you kidding me?
I'm
Miss
with you, Mon.
Congeniality?
I'm with
No
you, Mon.
thanks.
No.
Okay, let's go Julia Roberts. What are her
Okay.
3 most iconic movies? I'm
Obviously,
going to go
Pretty Woman.
Pretty Woman. I'm going to go
Erin
Erin
Brockovich.
Brockovich. She won the Oscar for that. And the one I really love is My Best Friend's Wedding.
I've never seen that one.
Oh, my God.
But those are really heavy. Those
My
are really
Best
heavy
Friend's
women. Does she have a man movie?
Flatliners. What else was she in? She was in Pelican Brief, the John Grisham stuff.
She's good. I mean, I'm saying she's up there, but she's no Patrick Swayze.
Oh, come
What
on.
about Harrison Ford?
Okay, I like
Harrison
a lot.
Ford,
The
because he
Fugitive?
had the action, but he also did some rom-coms in
It
there.
was a rom com.
Oh, God.
Not rom. It wasn't a
The one where he lost his
rom-com.
memory.
No, that's regarding Henry. It wasn't comedy at all.
No,
That was just
not that. But, oh, God, what was the
Star
one he did
Wars?
with...
He's in love with Chewie.
The morning. What's that one with Rachel McAdams where he's the morning guy?
Yeah.
That's
there
not a
was-
romantic comedy, though.
But there
either.
was one...
That wasn't one of his hits.
Was it Sabrina? Was that
Oh, yeah,
the name?
Sabrina, but that was a remake.
You put Sabrina up there against Roadhouse, you're
And
gonna get your
then
ass kicked.
you've got Indiana Jones.
You guys
You've
are
got
not pretty.
Han
Yeah.
Solo.
No, those are good.
You've
Star
got...
Wars.
I'm
Indiana
trying to
The
Jones.
Fugitive.
and Star
Oh,
Wars.
Jack Ryan. He was in those movies.
Clear and Present Danger.
Yeah.
But those are more men. I'm
Yeah.
talking about men and women. That's why the.
Yeah, but Roadhouse isn't more women.
But the other 2 are.
Okay, so you got 2 out of 3 for Patrick Swayze.
Yeah, and that's what the perfect. That's why he's so great.
It's not perfect if all 3 of them are
But if you
universal
look at-
according to your rules.
I'm talking
According
about
to your
universal.
rules.
No, I'm talking about universal for all 3. I'm talking about the
Roadhouse
majority.
is not universal for all 3.
If
Women
I
aren't
looked
gonna
at the sheer
be like,
volume,
oh, yeah,
I'm
going to
pick
watch
Harrison
Roadhouse.
Ford over Patrick Swayze because Harrison's just got so many more
Well,
movies.
because he's 80 freaking years old.
Yeah.
What
well,
about-
Patrick Swayze
never had a
would be
chance.
too if he were alive.
Yeah.
Well-
How about Tom Cruise? What 3 movies of Tom Cruise are we going to put up in this hand?
Yeah, put Top Gun.
Of course, Top Gun. And I put Maverick in there too. But I mean,
Tom
we just
Cruise
keep
was
it
the
one
best
category?
at everything in the 80s. He was the best bartender. He was the best pilot. He was the
But what else
best.
though? Really, like this.
Cocktail.
Jerry Maguire.
Jerry Maguire, yes.
That's good for the females. That's
Jerry
good.
Maguire, Top Gun. And can I just use Maverick as the second one?
Yeah.
Top Gun Maverick, which I really like it so much. How many times I've watched that movie? Like 15 times.
And now they're doing a third.
How about Keanu Reeves? People are saying you got
People love
Matrix,
him.
John Wick,
Bill and
Speed,
Ted.
Bill and Ted. He's pretty strong. He's a bad actor, but I mean, there's a reason he doesn't talk in
Well,
John
yeah,
Wick.
and John Wick, I think he says like 8 words.
And that's what they're smart. They found out his strength. Don't talk and just shoot. How about
Meryl Streep. How about Meryl Streep?
Yeah, what does she have?
What are
She's-
her top
she's
3
the-
movies?
She has
She's the
no
goat.
men. She has
She's
no
the goat.
men movies though.
Look, if you're
Bridges
in,
of Madison County. I had my ex
never
girlfriend
saw
took me to that. What a
that was
piece
like
of
a
crap
huge
for
book everyone lost
I
their
was also a
minds
teenager.
for. Yes,
I didn't
that
mind
book,
it.
everyone lost
You
their
want to see
minds
her
for
with
that
that
book.
old man when the
Clint
with
Eastwood
his-
and Meryl Streep, and it's this
Okay.
whole like affair thing. And
Yeah, those old man boobs in the bathtub.
I didn't see it.
Like they're floating
I
in
wasn't
there.
Like,
really
I got Devil Wears
ogling
Prada.
Clint Eastwood.
Devil Wears Prada. Yes.
That's solid.
Yeah, okay, I got Mamma Mia,
That's good.
Okay.
Donna, and then look, the other ones are kind of like
See, it's all women.
variables.
Yeah.
They're variables because if you liked the movie Death Becomes Her with Bruce Willis and
Yes.
That was
And,
such a weird, quirky movie, though.
yeah, you could say Julie and Julia. That was also quirky with
No man wants
No guy wants to sit through
Out of
that.
Africa, I didn't see that, but she got an
Oh,
Academy
that was-
nomination for that.
My mom dragged me to that.
Out
I
of
was-
Africa was Robert Redford.
Yeah, she was in that.
Another old fart.
Sophie's Choice, which I never saw, but I know what it's about.
Yeah.
She had to make a choice between her children.
Also,
She Devil with Roseanne.
Patrick Swayze had Tu Wong.
I know. I see the text.
Thank you, Julie Newmar.
That's why I
Even
kind of
throw that
want
in there
him.
too.
Yeah.
And the
I do
guys.
kind of want him to win. That was like.
How about Leonardo? Titanic, Inception, The Wolf of Wall Street. What else does he have?
Oh, yeah.
Everything.
I'd say overall.
Wolf of
Really?
Wall Street was
Yeah.
good.
No, he's one of the best actors of all
I
time.
don't think women like that one though.
Which one?
Wolf
Wolf?
of Wall Street. You don't hear women talk about that one.
Probably not.
No, men love it so much more than
It's so
women.
degrading to women.
Yes.
Really, it's degrading to
So what are we
everybody.
going to say for Leo? We're saying Titanic. We're
Wolf of
saying
Wall
Wolf of
Street.
Wall Street. And
Oh.
what else is his best work?
What was the one he did with,
Departed?
I loved him in Once
The
Upon a
Departed?
Time in Hollywood.
Yeah,
I
Once Upon a Time in
loved him
Hollywood,
in
he was
that.
good.
That's so
I loved
good.
him in that.
Y'all, you know, it's a smack in the face when you realize, oh my God, Leonardo DiCaprio is now Jack Nicholson.
Yep.
Because when I was a kid, Jack Nicholson was like the Hollywood guy who was like the womanizer, and everyone wanted to be him and work with him and all the things. And now Leonardo DiCaprio has morphed into him because he's that age now. He's like 52, isn't he?
Is he really?
Yeah,
Yeah, he's in his 50s.
He's either 51 or 52.
And he's the
And his
guy that's always
girlfriend's
being
what,
like
22?
25-year-old. And that's what Jack Nicholson
Under
was like
25.
notorious for. He was like with his other actors for a long time. Angelica Houston left her for a young one.
How about Will Smith? I know he after the Oscars he kind of lost his luster.
But he has so many great projects.
Men in Black, Pursuit of Happiness was pretty
Okay,
good.
that's a
That
good
was
one.
really
Pursuit of
good.
Happiness.
Independence Day.
What's the one about the transplant? 5 pounds or 8 pounds?
7 pounds.
7
That was
pounds.
a really good one too.
Yeah,
He was in Concussion.
I
That
Am
was
Legend.
great.
I Am Legend.
I Am Legend was good.
He's done a lot of good
But the-
work.
the one that's
Independence Day.
The one with Margot Robbie, people are watching again on Netflix.
Oh,
When
yeah,
they're,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Con artists.
Yeah.
Or something?
God, what was
Yeah.
that called?
It was good.
Not Snatch. What was it called?
Started with an F.
Oh, God. What was it? That's such a good movie where the con artists.
Focus? No.
Focus.
Focus.
Yeah,
That's
it.
it.
That's
That's
it. It was
it.
Focus. It
I
was
think it's
Focus.
back out on Netflix, so then everyone's watching it again. So right now, I'm just not.
What
maybe
about-
Brad Pitt? What's he got?
What about Denzel Washington? Oh, man, I can't even pick from his movies. He's so damn
Which
good.
one? Denzel?
Yes. The first time I ever saw
Training
him
Day.
ever was Glory. Oh, my God, Glory. That one.
Civil War
I'll never
movie.
Remember the
forget it.
Titans? That was a great movie.
Yes, he's had so
yeah.
many.
Training Day.
John Q.
Training
John Q.
Day.
Training
American
Day.
Gangster.
Oh, he was
Once
great as
again, I
Frank
don't
Lucci.
see. Does he doing a female movie? What's he got for females?
I mean, John Q. It's about a dad trying to save his son.
Right.
I just don't see it. I mean,
yeah.
iconic. Like you think when you see Dirty Dancing and Ghost, those are so iconic. Those scenes, those songs, each movie had those two old people songs.
Which one? Oh, Righteous Brothers.
Held the time of my life.
Oh,
You-
yeah.
What's the other one? The Ghost. Unchained Memory.
Oh,
Unchained
my love.
Wait, aren't those the same singers?
My
Yeah, same-
darling.
that's the
They're
same
both
guy.
the
they're
Righteous
not.
Brothers.
Oh,
Yes, they're both the
Yes,
Righteous Brothers.
one of them is
you
solo.
Never close
One of-
your
yeah.
eyes anymore when I kiss your
Bill
lips.
Withers was
that's Top
had the
Gun.
time of my life,
That's
but he
from
was
Top
also
Gun.
in The Righteous Brothers. So yes, same singer.
Okay. Oh yeah, but that's the wrong movie. I don't know. I'm looking up Denzel's filmography so I can really look to see what is considered his best movie. I mean, he got his Academy Award for supporting actor for Glory. Then he got the main for Not Training Day. He should have won.
Have you seen
He should have won for the hurricane, but he won for Training Day.
The Training Day, he was so good. Do you see Equalizer? That was
I did
good.
not see it.
I got to get into
one.
that. I keep seeing the clips. I
Not
gotta get into
the
that.
Queen Latifah one.
They've
How
done
about
3,
Gladiator
right?
2?
My granny loves that
Gladiator
one.
2.
Oh my God, Gladiator 2 may be one of the crappiest movies ever made in the history of film.
It was all right. It was
bad.
it was
Crimson
top
Tide
Fighting
for Denzel?
sharks in the Coliseum
Malcolm
on
X
ships.
for Denzel?
We got to move on, but I still didn't hear anybody really beat Patrick Swayze.
I mean, he did have Tu Wong Fu. so I'll give you
Philadelphia
that.
for Denzel?
that was good.
Oh, that's right. He was in that too with Tom Hanks.
He's got so many
Snow
movies,
Roadhouse. And I'm just talking about 3
Roadhouse
movies.
is not a great movie, Eric.
No, it is
It's special to
awesome.
you
It's
because
only
it
special
represents
to
a
you.
It is so
memory in
good
your
that
life.
They had to remake it. And it's still
Or was it
It's
so
really
bad
bad.
they said, let's try this
Yeah.
again?
Yeah, it sucked. They made it worse.
Where the climax of the movie involves a monster truck.
Is that what it is? I still have never seen it.
Yes.
Giant bear.
I've never
Oh,
seen it.
yeah, the stuffed bear falls on the guy.
Great times.
Okay, let's change
Love you, Patrick.
gears
Rest in
here.
peace, buddy.
It is Friday the 13th, and some people are on edge because it's Friday the 13th. And
You started the show by breaking a mirror.
Breaking a mirror. And I feel like we need to go over some. Yesterday we did Father's Day. What's the word? Dad jokes.
Dead jokes, yeah.
Okay, there's a thing about dad jokes your dads just won't let go. Do you want to do shout outs again?
Yeah, because we promised everyone that we do shout-outs at 8:20.
Okay.
So we can open up the lines right now.
Last time I told everyone to call back around
And if your dad,
8:17.
when you shout him out, has a great dad joke that he always tells you, you share that one with us too.
Yeah, that's good.
All right, the phone
Or
number
a
is
dadism he always tells you, add that to your shout out. I want to shout out my dad, and he always says this. 833-390-KRBE is our phone number. We'll talk to you next on the Roula and Ryan Show with Eric.
104.1 KRBE, the Roula and Ryan Show with Eric.
All right, my friends, it's time for you to call us and shout out the dad in your life at 833-390-KRBE. It's Father's Day on Sunday, in case you weren't aware.
or many people will just be Sunday.
And I forgot, I feel like I shortchanged everybody who has small, tiny kids because I learned this years ago and I forgot to give you the heads up. When my kids were like 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8 little wheelhouse. There's all these little camps they do, right? Like you got to find like a little day camp for them to go to keep them or like entertained in the summer. And when my kids were like 3, 5, and 6, I took them to this little day camp that was like from 9 to 12. And I did not realize the magic of that day camp the week of Father's Day. They make them a craft. Father's Day, fathers get shorted on crafts from their kids because Mother's Day is in May and school is in session.
Good point.
And they will make a mom something like, Mommy, this is for you for Mother's Day this weekend. But dads don't get that because it's in June and school is out. But if you put them in a little camp like that, usually they make a little dad craft.
You hope.
And like you get like the little footprint.
Like, yeah, look at this
and
handprint of a
Then it looks
of
like
an
a
ashtray.
car.
That's what I need.
No, it's like a footprint and they turn it into like a car and it says like you're the best dad.
We
or
do
Rev
love
Up
those
Dad.
things. You know, it's funny. I was just looking, I was scrolling through pictures, and on one of the shelves in my living room is my daughter, Faith. It's her handprint that she did in like plaster Paris and then designed some. You know, it's really, really cute. And it's got like a design around it.
Yeah.
And I cherish those kind of
You don't
they
things.
don't
cherish
do
that world's best farter t-shirt?
You mean father?
I mean, folder? I was like,
Fata.
Let's go to D on the line at 833-390-KRBE. Hi, D. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Hi, D.
Who's the dad you want to shout out,
Hello.
D?
His name is Jerry.
Jerry, okay.
Yes, and I'm calling to shout him out because when I was 11 years old, my mom passed away due to cancer, and so my dad was a very big businessman. My mom was a stay-at-home mom who did everything typical, president of PTA, all of that fun stuff. And so when I was 11, my brother was 13. My dad had to learn to be mom and dad together, and it was a journey. That was definitely 19 years ago, and I cannot thank him enough.
Oh.
I mean, he is awesome. Awesome.
Oh, I
so
love to
glad
hear
you
this
have him.
story that your dad stepped up and I know it's so tough for so many people who lose their mates when their kids are young, but especially for dads, it's extra tough, especially if your mom was the PTA mom. Does your dad live near you, Dee? Do you get to see him often?
He doesn't live near me. I'm in Houston now. I moved over here about 4 years ago. He's in El Paso, Texas. But I do fly back about every 2 months or so.
Oh, that's fantastic. Did Dad ever remarry? Did your father?
He did not. No,
He did not.
See,
Okay.
he's not
No.
the cliche that usually happens.
I know, right?
A lot of men need to be with
some-
somebody.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
You know what, Dee, we podcast our show. So I hope you can share with your dad to tell him to listen to the podcast. When you go to krb.com or download the app, it's going to be an 8 o'clock hour. So what is like a personal message you want your dad to hear you share with all of our audience about how awesome he was, or you want to say to him specifically?
I just want to say thank you. I mean, it's absolutely not something that everyone can do, learning how to do all of mom and dad jobs together, especially with two preteens. But he has done an awesome job, a hell of a job, and I can't thank him enough. I love him so much.
That is so sweet. And when you play him this audio, I guarantee you it is going to make his week.
Dee,
Oh, absolutely.
enjoy honoring your awesome dad, Jerry, this Father's Day. Thank you so much for sharing that.
Thank you so much. You guys have a good one.
Thank you.
weekend.
Take care. Bye-bye.
You know, the thing is, we don't do things looking for reciprocity. We don't do things looking for a thank you or reward. But when they come, it's just so sweet.
You don't turn them away.
That's
Yeah.
right.
There's a TikTok trend going on the last month or so where the kids, their daughters will put their camera down and their dad's on the couch and they'll just go hug them.
Oh, my God, that's
Like
so
crawl into
sweet.
their lap
Like
to
they
hug
did
them
when they were like
when they were little
6.
girls. Yeah.
I would kill for a hug
To see
right
like
now.
how the dad reacts instantly. The dad's like, "Oh my god!" Doesn't even ask, "What are you doing?" He just goes right into the bear hug. It's really cute.
And then they do a montage of them.
Did your daughter do that? And that's how you saw it, or you
No,
just came across
I
your
saw it.
Instagram? Okay. Dylan is up next.
Mine just did that, and then they were doing that to get my wallet.
Oh my god! Stop. 833-390 KRVE. Hi, Dylan. Good morning.
Hi.
Hi. How old are you, Dylan?
I'm 9 years old.
Well, I'm so
9.
glad you're up and awake this early in the morning on a summer morning, Dylan. Who do you want to say Happy Father's Day to?
My dad's name is Daniel Perez.
Daniel Perez.
Daniel Perez.
What do you want to say about your dad?
He's the most awesome dad in the whole entire world.
What's your favorite thing about your dad?
He likes to play video games with me a lot.
All right.
love
That's
that.
so cool.
Which video game is your favorite to play with him?
Call of Duty.
Yeah. All right.
She's 9 playing Call of Duty with Dad.
9 years old.
Actually, he's trying to beat my score right now of 81 kills.
Dylan.
81
Perfect
kills.
grenades? Is it knife stabbings?
Wow.
Snipes? What do you got?
Dylan, do you have brothers and sisters?
81 kills.
Yes, I have one sister. Her name is Demi, and she's 5 years old.
Oh, cute. I hope she's not also playing
Does he play Call of Duty?
Call of Duty.
Your call's my favorite so far.
Oh, man.
81
Do you know
kills.
what y'all have planned to do with your dad this weekend? Anything special that you know of?
We're
Kill some
gonna
Nazis.
go with my Sia and my seal, and we're gonna, I think, have a barbecue.
That's very nice.
That'll be fun.
Maybe your dad will be grilling or not. So maybe we'll grill for him. Well, Dylan, we thank you so much for listening to our show. Your parents are raising you right by having you up listening to our show on a summer morning, honey.
Yeah.
Enjoy Father's Day. And to
Give him
Mr.
lots of
Daniel
hugs.
Perez, you're doing a good thing.
Yeah.
You're making memories with your child.
Try and get a few more kills in this weekend.
Get to 90 kills at least.
I like what you said.
81
You know
kills.
what's interesting, Roula? You said that about the grilling and everything. So on Mother's Day, I think most of the moms, they want the husband to go ahead and
Well, you
make
make a
them
reservation
dinner
to eat somewhere.
or get them something. But for
Yeah.
us dads, we don't want you to do the grilling. That's our thing.
Or we just don't want to go to the restaurants. A lot of us.
Yeah.
Stay home and just be in your happy place with your own booze and your own food.
Bingo.
Right? Christina's up next at 833-390 KRBE. We're doing dad shout outs for the dad in your life. Hi, Christina. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Is it your dad or
morning.
somebody in your life who plays a role of a dad?
My husband.
Oh, cool.
What's his name?
His name's Matthew.
Matthew.
Yes, I was wondering. Yeah, he's great. He's just awesome. He's a great partner. Great with the kids. Like, we have 3 kids. He's amazing. I love him.
What's your favorite aspect or your favorite trait of his?
He's loyal and just hardworking. Like, he goes to work every day. You know, doesn't complain. He's just amazing. I love him.
Done.
Do you have any big plans for him that you can share for this weekend, or is it a surprise?
Whatever he wants to do, you know, I was going to take him out, but I think we'll just figure it out. I don't know. I don't really have any.
Yeah, how's the weather going to be? Do we know? I haven't
Yeah,
looked.
most dads just want to chill out. It's
We're going to
supposed
get
be
a little
fun.
rain
Well,
this
we're-
afternoon, but
We're in Galveston, so
Oh, yeah.
it's normally just
So it's
great
already-
in Galveston.
it's
Yeah.
already nice.
Come go out there and help get that seaweed out of there.
Yeah, is
I
it
know
still
we
pretty
can't touch
heavy?
it, but
Right?
that seaweed is
Eric,
annoying.
Sunday looks pretty good. Saturday we got a little bit of rain, but Sunday looks pretty good.
Yeah, it doesn't show any rain. On high of 92 on Sunday. Of course, it means like 117.
Yeah.
If the sun is blazing. Well, happy Father's Day to your husband, Christina. Thank you so much for shouting out Matthew. Have a great Sunday with him. Let's see who's next. David is up next. Shouting out your dad or putting the spotlight on somebody in your life who is a dad. Hi, good morning. Welcome to the Roula and Ryan Show, David. With Eric.
Thanks. I'd like to shout out my dad, Jeffrey. He just is an amazing dad because he goes to work every single day. His work starts at 8 o'clock and he usually comes back at 6 o'clock.
Oh, wow. That's a long day. Yeah.
Yes, he works really hard.
What's he do for a living? What kind of job does he have?
He's an engineer.
Oh, that's awesome. Now, what's your favorite story about your dad? Like, what's something when you talk about your dad just makes you smile?
That smile, yeah, when you think of him.
I think it's maybe like this one camping trip we had. It's to Garner State Park. We go every year. And basically, we have one day where we just have rapid rounds of dad jokes and just going off.
What's a solid dad joke your dad always says?
Is there a joke that he does a lot?
Yes. A man walked into
Oh, your phone's cutting out. What is that? Okay, one more time. Let's hear that dad joke.
a man walked into a bar. Ouch.
Oh,
He walks into a bar. Ouch.
Yeah,
that's a
I
thinker
got
there.
it.
Roulette's a thinker.
Oh, man. Okay, David,
Yeah,
well, have a
going
great Father's Day with your dad.
Don't
And
spoil him for the weekend.
yeah. What's your dad's first
Yes,
name?
have a good day too.
Take care.
What?
What's your dad's first name?
Jeffrey.
Oh, yeah, that's right,
Jeffrey.
Jeffrey. You've told me that. Thank you. Happy Father's Day to Jeffrey from David. And man walks into a bar. I'll have to note that.
I love dad jokes. I
That's
used
what my kid's
to
gonna say.
hate facial hair, but then it grew on me.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right,
brother.
Brielle is on the line.
I like
Hi,
good dad
Brielle. Good morning.
Good morning. Hi.
Hi.
Brielle, how old are you?
I'm 12.
12 years
okay.
old. Okay, now tell us who you want. You want to say hi to your own dad or another dad in your life?
I want to say hi to my own dad.
Okay, what's his name?
His name is Mark.
Mark. What do you love about your dad the most, Brielle?
I love how well-being and caring he is, and how he doesn't want me to grow up and stay his little girl.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. We
See,
all
I
feel
made
that
proud
way.
my girls. I told them like, they were 11 and 10. I was like, "You gotta stop growing.
Don't you
This is
dare
it.
grow up."
You're done. This is it. I want you to stay this age forever." And they lied to me. They said they would.
Oh, my God.
It didn't happen.
Do you have anything planned for Dad this weekend?
Yes, I'm planning to take him to an Astros game.
Oh, that's awesome.
And there's a winner! Winner, winner, winner!
Yeah.
Astros game! They better win.
You gotta go early. They got some cool marketing stuff they're giving away, like one of those big old floppy hats, like a Panama Jack type hat.
Oh, that's fun.
cool.
Dad hats.
Yeah, dad hat, dad
Hats that
shirts.
dads wear on vacation.
All kinds of cool stuff.
Brielle, thanks so much for calling in about your dad. Y'all have a great weekend together. Thank you so much for listening to the show. Okay, I'm not sure, but okay.
I love those sweet voices.
Line 4 is screwing with me.
There.
Okay, God, line 4. If you know this show, you know line 4 is my enemy. All right, Deborah is on the line, but if Eric was answering the phones, I don't know if he'd put Deborah through. Why is that? Find out now. Hi, Deborah. Good morning.
Uh-oh.
Hi, how
Hi
you
there.
doing?
We're great,
Hey,
Deborah.
Deborah.
Who do you want to shout out on Father's Day today? Or this
This
weekend?
is an unusual thing, but I wanted to say that my daughter, Deandra Richardson, she's a father and a mother to her 4 kids.
Oh.
Aw.
She has a son that's going to be turning 20, and then she has 3 daughters behind him. But their father is not in their lives, but she takes on the role as a father and a mother.
Well, I'll give it to her that because that many kids,
Yeah.
and she has to do both.
Huge
She deserves
responsibility.
2 days.
Yeah, Deborah, earlier Eric was like, listen, dads don't call up on the Mother's Day spotlight and say, hey, I'm the mom too.
That is true.
Moms can't call up and say they're the dads too, but we'll give it to you because
But
you're
yeah,
the grandma.
Yeah, you're the grandma. You get in.
He's not going to step on your toes, Deborah.
You're grandmothered in.
Yeah, your grandmother in. Thank you so much for calling, and
That's a lot of-
I can hear
yeah,
the
that's a lot of
pride in your
stress.
voice for your daughter, Deandra. Thank you so much for giving her a shout out. And I know it's tough when
Just
the
think about with that
dad is
many
not
people,
present.
that many kids. You go on vacation, you know something's going to happen. One
Oh,
kid's
God,
going to
yeah.
throw up. One kid's, you know, something's going to happen.
You guys just
So,
brace.
yeah.
Like, we're going on vacation. Don't anybody get sick. Don't anybody get sick. All right, next up for dad shout outs at 833-390-KRBE. Israel is up next. Hello. Welcome to the Roula and Ryan Show with Eric.
Hello, good morning.
Good
I just want to send
morning.
out send a big old shout out to my stepdad, Rafael Richarte, for being there, stepping in and being a man when a child needs a father figure in his life, 11, 12 years old.
Is that when Raphael came into your life? Raphael came into your life, Israel, when you were 11?
No, he came in, around 11, 12. My real dad and mom were, my parents were divorced since I was 7 years old. And I seen my dad every now and then, but then he stopped coming around. Oops. They had differences between them, so my mom remarried. There was just my brother and myself, and then my mom remarried around, say, 78. And he stepped in. He was a great person, always looked out for us. And one thing that I always remember is that we were always bullied in the neighborhood, and one too many times, so he finally came out one day and said, I'm going to put a stop to this. Oh, yeah. He came out and got all those guys out there and gave them a talking to and stuff, and from there on, we were never bullied again.
Oh, that's awesome. He stepped in and he stepped up.
I love
that's
that.
Awesome.
Any
Israel.
special plans for him?
Oh, well, we just get together and barbecue, like on Father's Day and stuff for him.
Nice. Do you do the grilling, or does he like to do the grilling?
No, I do the grilling. No, they don't know how to cook. I do all the grilling.
Well, you guys have a great Father's Day together, Israel. It's really nice to hear how he stepped in and he stepped up for you guys.
Step-parents are just
another trend, Ryan.
Amazing.
The step-parents I saw was during graduation. The daughters would go up, or the kids would go up to get their diploma, and they would say their name, but their name was not
matched with the stepdad.
They used the stepdad, and the dad doesn't know this, and he's watching. And all of a sudden, you just see them start crying.
Oh, my God.
So that kid took their name right there.
So
and
sweet.
he's like, what? And then they just start crying. I'm like, man. And then the military stuff starts coming with the surprise kids. I'm like,
oh, yeah.
I know.
love those too.
When you surprise your child that you're back home. And then my nephew's getting married, so my algorithm has wedding stuff in it. And there was one where the dad starts walking the daughter down the aisle.
Oh, yeah.
And then he leaves her arm and he walks to the aisle, to the pew, and he
Front.
gets the stepdad and he brings him down to walk her in together. I was like, oh, I can't all the love,
I
all
would
the
like to
love.
see one where they do that. They walk up, get him, and then he brings them and takes them all the way out. Throws
He's
them
like,
out.
get out of here. Y'all have a great Father's Day with the dads in your lives.
I wish
Eric
we
and
could take
Ryan
more.
have a great Father's Day.
You can always leave your...
I know.
Well, I don't know, because by the time we get back, Father's Day will be over, so don't worry.
But thank you,
Let's
Rula.
just-
It'll be great to
Welcome.
be
I
at
hope
the
you
fam.
guys have a nice Father's Day. Now, coming up next, you know we do How'd You Catch Your Cheater? Well, in Celebrity Scoop, it's the celebrity round of How'd You Catch Your Cheater. Because imagine you're a celebrity and the cheat is public, and that's how you found out. We'll go over it next on The Roula and Ryan Show with Eric and KRBE.
KRBE's Roula and Ryan Show with Eric.
Celebrity Scoop.
It's brought to you by Taqueria Arandas. And for the dads out there, you can enjoy cold beer with the dad in your life. If you're caller 10 at 833-390-KRBE, we have a $100 gift card to Bad Astronaut Brewing Company and 2 tickets to Go Ape in Sugarland. It's where you can climb, swing, and zip through the trees with thrilling obstacles and soaring zip lines at the Zipline and Adventure Park in Sugarland. It's called Go Ape. So if you're caller 10 at 833-390-KRBE, there's a little Father's Day gift for you or the dad in your life.
Speaking of beer, the only video I have of your dad, Rula, is we were at Pappas Burger, and he was drinking a beer.
Oh, because he had never drank beer while Rula was growing up. He was a champagne guy.
He was a champagne guy.
And you finally convinced him to have a beer.
We had beer up here. They brought, I think Bud Light brought some beers.
Well, I had just picked 3 beers from the night before. I had gone to the store before they closed, and it was Coors Light, Bud Light, and Corona.
He liked Bud Light
and
the
he
best.
liked Bud
So you brought
Light.
him 2 beers and a water.
Should have brought Modelo or Dos Equis.
Well, I just grabbed whatever, like the basics, right? And then Budweiser was listening, and they sent my dad a 24-pack of the Bud Lights in the metal cans, or the metal bottles, and it was really fun. I wish we had that audio to play the story of why he never wanted to drink beer, because his accent was the best and his deep voice was the best. But he told that story in the air once when he was 14 years old, and they were in the village. There's these like festivals that would happen, right? And like the whole town would get together, and there's like dancing and eating at community tables and whatnot. And he was tasked with having to clean up the tables with his like peers, like these 14-year-old boys, 12-year-old boys had to clean the tables. And so it was hot and everyone's dancing, and some people had like their half-finished drinks, and so they'd never had beer, and so these beers had been sitting out. These beers were sitting out on these hot tables. And so the first time he ever tried one, because his friends said, we should try this, It was like hot, sitting out, half-drunk beer.
Probably a cigarette.
And he said,
a cigarette in it.
he said it tasted like horse pee. What he thinks horse pee would taste like. That was horrible. So he never wanted to have a beer ever, ever, ever. My dad was a Wild Turkey guy. Wild Turkey was our Windex. If you've seen Big Fat Greek Wedding, my dad's Windex comparison is to solve all the problems was Wild Turkey. He would put I remember I hurt my thumb. He put my thumb in a shot glass full of Wild Turkey.
I did that for canker sores and like tooth pain.
Tooth pain, he'd soak a towel in the Wild Turkey.
You know that aggravates.
I just rub it on there.
Yeah.
That aggravates the canker sore, putting alcohol on it.
I guess I was drunk and I felt good, I guess.
Yeah, I was drinking. So it was really fun.
When you were a little kid, I don't know.
And then, so I think it was my husband's birthday, and we'd gone to Pappas Burger, and Eric was sitting next to my dad. And he was like, let's have a beer. And so he was trying the beer. I don't know which beer he had gotten in, but it was
I can't remember, but
it was very cute.
Good memory. Have with your dad.
Good dad memories. Okay, celebrities who found out their partners were cheating in the strangest ways. We do How'd You Catch Your Cheater here on the show because a lot of people, unfortunately, don't need roses because they figured it out on their own because their dumb mate left open their Apple Watch and while they were texting in the bathroom with their phone and the watch was dinging so they could watch the whole thing or the iPads.
Everything's linked together.
But when you're famous and you're dating somebody famous, it's extra hard when the press is telling you, oh, look at this picture.
Because you're grieving, and it's the most
you're not grieving.
painful
You're finding
thing.
out straight up, Ryan.
Oh,
That's what
you
I'm talking
just
about.
found out.
How'd you catch your cheater?
It's the most painful thing on earth. The betrayal is the worst pain. I think it's even worse than death. And then you have to throw in the fact that the whole world knows about it.
Well, a lot of people forgot that some of these people were couples. You know, I did that whole story a couple weeks ago. Like, you forgot that Justin Timberlake dated Cameron Diaz for all those years. You forgot that Leonardo DiCaprio and Giselle Bündchen were together before she married Tom Brady.
Before she turned 25.
Yeah, you forgot that Demi Moore and Ashton Kutcher got married. When she was 40, he was 25. They lasted 6 years before they called it quits. But Demi Moore learned that Ashton was having an affair in 2011 from a Google alert. A Google alert is how you set up your phone, like when you're on Google and somebody mentions you, right? The Google alert came up that Ashton Kutcher stepped out on Demi Moore.
Was this with, what's her face?
I don't know. It was with some random, because he's now married to Mila Kunis. But
That's what I was wondering. Was this with Mila?
No, he did not leave Demi for Mila Kunis.
There was no overlap.
It was with somebody else.
Okay.
When she called him on it, he admitted it right away. And her response was, "Are you blanking kidding me?"
Yeah.
Next person. Elizabeth Hurley famously found out that her man, Hugh Grant, had cheated on her in 1995 when he got arrested for getting it on with prostitute Divine Brown.
She was nasty.
On Sunset Boulevard.
You went from a 10 to a 2.
It made Jay Leno extra super famous because he already had booked.
Jay Leno got rich for that one.
Yeah, Hugh Grant was already booked on The Tonight Show to promote a movie. He did not back out of promoting the movie after the scandal because it was like 2 days fresh.
Yeah.
And so the first thing Jay Leno said to him was, "What the hell were you thinking?" Because Elizabeth Hurley, hottest woman on the planet, and he went and cheated on her with some prostitute on Sunset
I
Boulevard.
think that was smart, though, Hugh Grant. Like, people should follow instead of hiding.
Let's address this right off the bat.
Especially go with a comic where you can make some jokes at your expense.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of lean into it.
Yeah, I think you lean into it. It takes away the power.
Elizabeth Hurley stayed with him for another 5 years. You're still going to get hit, but at least you're there to take the bullets.
And she just turned, I think she just turned 60 2 days ago.
She did, and she's dating Billy Ray Cyrus. Who saw that one coming?
What?
Yeah, and Hugh Grant is the godfather of her child. They remained friends. I think he's the godfather of her child. Anyway, Laura Dern was famously with Billy Bob Thornton and did not know they were breaking up until he announced his marriage to Angelina Jolie. That's how she found out her relationship.
So the affair had advanced so far that they were engaged.
He didn't just have the affair. He straight up married another woman when she thought she was still with him.
Whoa.
He eloped with Angelina Jolie in 2000. She never saw it coming.
I do love Landman, though. So I forgive him.
Show.
I forgive him.
Eva Longoria was married to NBA star Tony Parker from the San Antonio Spurs.
They got married a week after I did.
777, 2007.
I was
You had better success, though.
Yep.
Because yours is July 1st or July 3rd? First, yeah. So they ended in 2010 after she found inappropriate texts with another woman on his phone. So that was over. How'd You Catch Your Cheater? Celebrity edition. Britney Spears was dating a lawyer named David Lucato in 2012. In 2014, her father, Jamie Spears, found out there was paparazzi footage of David kissing another woman. He bought it to prevent it from being released and told Britney about it, and she broke it off. That's how she found out he was cheating on her. And then a really famous one that goes really back to old school days. If you are a Carrie Fisher Star Wars fan, she was Leia, Princess Leia. Her mother is Debbie Reynolds, who was married to Eddie Fisher. And the famous story here is that Eddie Fisher and Debbie Reynolds were a married couple. And they had Carrie Fisher. And Elizabeth Taylor was the J-Lo of her time. because J-Lo is the Elizabeth Taylor of our time, married many times. All these men are just enamored and entranced with her beautiful eyes and her power of her beauty. And that's one of the most famous Hollywood cheats. In 1958, Debbie Reynolds was missing her husband, Eddie Fisher, because he was away on tour. So she decided to give Elizabeth Taylor a call because they were very close friends, and she was just missing her husband and wanted a girlfriend shoulder to talk about it. And when she called Elizabeth Taylor, Eddie Fisher answered her phone.
Oh, God.
Stupid.
Then he left Debbie Reynolds for Elizabeth Taylor, and they only lasted 5 years.
Didn't Special K say in Puerto Vallarta there's a place where their houses were?
Yes.
Yes.
And they were like,
Elizabeth Taylor and Eddie Fisher?
When I went there for his wedding, we got to see that house. It was
what the
really
story?
close.
They made it like they could sneak behind,
Yeah.
so that way they could be together without the people seeing it in the front.
Because it was the house that was really close to where Special K got married, and you could see it, and I was like, wow.
So
They
Eddie Fisher
literally
and
had
Debbie
their
Reynolds
homes
had
that
a house
close.
there next to Elizabeth Taylor's house.
Yeah.
So they would cheat from the back doors.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, or maybe I don't know if he was with her anymore. Maybe he just bought that house and she
There
bought
were
that
a
house.
lot of pathways through, like, it looked kind of like jungle-ish, you know? There was, like, a lot of foliage.
Well, they used to say too, the Playboy Mansion had a tunnel. It went from the mansion to this other area. That's where all the people would come. The celebrities would go down the tunnel.
Oh, really?
You'd never see them go in.
Oh, interesting. Secret access.
Yeah.
I was just watching a video. I was like, whatever happened to that thing? And it showed the renovation, what they're doing with it right now. First of all, they leveled the grotto, that disease pit, and they filled that thing in.
Gone.
That's gone. And basically, I think the only thing they left standing was the exterior of the main house because it was in
That dude-
horrible state of disarray.
He died at the right time because they were coming.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he did a lot of bad things.
Yep, they were after that. We got Harvey. We got Diddy.
Harvey Weinstein.
We're
yeah.
going after Diddy now because he's gone.
Wait, real quick. Speaking of the Playboy Mansion, I never saw the shape of the pool, but you always heard about the Playboy parties.
The
and
grotto
pool.
was
well, the
the main
grotto's
thing.
different, but they also had a pool too.
Good
I
restaurant.
don't know
No, the
what
grotto's in the middle of the pool. So the pool, it's just this big, you know, like how those pools were in the 70s.
It's kind of like a cave, though.
It's
The
a
grotto's
cave.
the cave.
Yeah,
though.
it's
I'm
a
not talking about the
cave,
cave. I'm
but
talking
you
about the actual
swim in
shape
from
of
the pool, yeah.
But the shape of the pool, I've never seen the shape of the pool, but there's a movie called Breast Men about how the breast implant was right here, the birthplace of the breast implant in Houston, Texas. David Schwimmer and Chris Cooper played the two doctors that created the breast implant in Houston. And in that movie, he has a pool in the shape of boobs. And I'm like, that pool has to exist somewhere,
Does
right?
anyone
For them to have
listening-
filmed that?
does anyone know if we have
Who
that here?
owns that
They
pool?
probably
Not
filled
that it's
it
here in
in.
Houston, but I'm saying, was that like the Playboy Mansion? They used the boob pool? Like, what was the
But do you
pool
think
shape of
do you
the
think
Playboy
they,
Mansion?
Do you think they made that pool though in Houston for real?
That's what I wonder, because you can look it up, Breastman. I had to look up the IMDb of it. Emily Proctor was in it. Like I said, Chris Cooper. I don't know where they filmed all of it, but the pool is boobs because of the breast implant creation here.
Oh, they made it in the shape of...
And it's so awkward because he literally walked door to door.
Hate to see the guy's
To
pool that
say-
made the penile implant.
I'd love to see
Just a
it.
lap pool.
2 hot tubs and a lane pool.
Oh, good times.
Is there enough time for news?
No. Coming up next, what are we doing with
the
Friday Free for All?
baby. We're going to get you in a good weekend for Father's Day. I know Special K's got some throwbacks because he's going to kick it off with Destiny's Child and Crisscross next on The Roula and Ryan Show with Eric.